My Boyfriend from the Cucumbers. And one thing I have to say, that's on the brand new album. And I was also back in 19, was it 81?
84.
84. It's like a lot longer ago. Any particular reason why it's in the new album again? Or?
Yeah, our record company really wanted us to record it, and because the president of the company loved the song, and we at first resisted because we said we recorded it once, and he said, well, look, you know, the 2,000 people that bought that record have it, but, you know...
There could be 2,000 more, in other words, out there may want it.
Yeah, he said, well, you know, I just want to try to sell it to a lot more people, and so we re-recorded it. I was kind of glad though after all was said and done, because we added more words and we changed the groove. I think made it better and added some fun stuff to it. The spirit's pretty much the same with the song.
Did you have anything? Because I know at the point in time when the album came out, the first one, the EP, it was kind of a semi-hit on college radio. Did anything occur from that, or you really didn't feel the repercussions?
Well, that was our first record, and that we'd never really done anything until we put out that record. We just played a few times in New York, and with that record we started traveling around here and there, and people started hearing about us, and we started playing for more people. And the label Fake Doom said, hey, you know, let's make another record, and we made an album, the Who Betrays Me album. And then, you know, we're sort of on our way to wherever we are now.
Did you mean the repercussions of re-recording?
Well, no, maybe, did you see a sudden surge of popular people coming out and say, you know, I heard your song, My Boyfriend, on the radio?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was great. Whenever we played out of town, people who came to see us were singing the words, had made up their own words. Like in Washington, D.C., these people used to come. What were they singing about a monkey?
I don't know if we can want to repeat the words, although, somebody I know. Hi. Sorry. Yeah. So, we're gonna play a song. Should we play a song?
Okay, sure.
This is a song off that album I mentioned, Who Betrays Me, it's called, and this is a song called Walking and Talking. 1, 2, 3, 4.
WCDB Albany, and we've just heard a couple of numbers from a band called the Cucumbers. And a little discussion here, a little bit more about the band. Now, one thing I have to say about the new album is that Dinny, your vocals, very cheerful, very upbeat. How do you ever feel like depressed every once in a while at all, or when you're replaying anything? Because that's one thing I really like about your vocals. It's very upbeat, very uplifting.
Sure, I feel depressed. Ask everybody here. But, I don't know, there's a line from one of the songs on the record that actually John sings and sort of sums up the attitude we try and bring across on stage, and that's just stop all of your complaining. You find life much more entertaining. And, we have a lot going for us. There's no reason to complain and feel sorry for ourselves.
It's just sort of, we make the music that comes out. Because that's the music we make. I guess people hear it on the cheerful side, just the music that, comes out when we turn on the instruments and start playing.
Another thing also is, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm reading into this at all, but I've noticed on two of the records that a person's name is Susie. Is there a particular character at all?
Oh,
just happened by coincidence with Susie's getting married and then the other one, Susie's breakdown.
Well, we had this plan to have the continuing saga of Susie, and it sort of got interrupted on this record because we just didn't. We had another song called Susie's Boyfriend, which didn't make the cut. Dave Young didn't like it, but maybe Susie will reappear in the future. She is a real character, but the events in her life have been fictionalized.
Now, what kind of a tour have you guys done, like in the past or presently? Where are you going from here, from Albany?
Well, we've just been doing some weekends. The record's been out just a couple weeks, and we've been going here and there, and we're going to do a big national tour in January. Until after Christmas.
Whereabouts? I mean, how extensive?
Well, we hope. I guess we're going to go pretty much everywhere, but we're going to go
wherever
south.
the snow is the deepest.
Yeah,
Right.
Wherever the roads are icy, that's where we'll be driving.
Well, you better stick to the Northeast then,
Yeah.
because that's where most of the snow is going to be primarily.
Midwest, it's pretty snowy out there.
Yeah, we're going to go south probably to start.
Managua.
We're going to do a lot of benefits in Latin America.
Do you get a particular, any difference in audience from playing down south, up north, or you really don't seem to notice that?
Grits and gravy.
We've had some really good gigs in the South, and I think people down there are really into our type of music. There are a lot of pop bands from the South, and it was great. We had a real good time there.
Is that whole North Carolina Midgeeastern scene? And they probably hate to be described as a scene like we hate to be described
Yeah.
as a Hoboken scene, but there still is a lot of pop bands from there. So we got a good reception there. And in Athens, Georgia, another place where a lot of bands have come out of.
Now, speaking of the Athens scene, is there anybody that you would like to work with, producer-wise, or maybe even another band or anything like that? Is there anybody you've always admired, or
God, there's a
Out of Athens?
or really anywhere, not specifically Athens?
B-52s are from Athens.
You know who I
like
was
a lot
thinking
of the Athens bands.
would make a great producer? We're very happy with Dave. I'd love to work with him again, because we're learning as we go.
Mhm.
But I was just listening to Big Audio Dynamite the other day, and I thought, God, he'd make a great producer, because I love the sound of that record. Not so much the songs, but the way it sounds. I'd go more in that direction rather than down south. I'd go across to
Across the
England.
border.
Yeah.
What kind of song, when you write songs, what kind of approach do you take, if any, when writing?
I don't think we really take any. I think, songs come out in all different ways, and I kind of try not to take a certain approach just because, end up writing the same thing over and over again, in the same style. All different.
Sometimes words, sometimes music, sometimes
Yep.
all kinds of things.
The other night we had a song. Dina had a couple lines she'd been singing, and so she started snapping her fingers and singing them along. And we had no music for it, and we had a little cassette player, and we started just fooling around underneath it, and we got this one part, and then we said, ooh, let's try this, and over the course of this, like, 2 hours, we had a song we just written. That was fun. It's a fun way to do it.
Now, just how long overall? Does the song takes it's quick, 3 seconds, or a couple hours, or it really just depends on what your mood is?
Depends on the mood and the song. A song like Susie's Getting Married, we wrote in about, the song's like 2 minutes long. It took about 2 minutes to write it. And that other song, which actually we didn't play because it isn't quite finished, that took like a couple hours during a rehearsal, mostly fooling around.
Well, we have been interviewing the Cucumbers, who are going to be performing tonight. We haven't mentioned this yet. They've been performing here in the WCDB studios, but they'll be performing live tomorrow at QE2. For those who don't know where that is, it's located at 12 Central Avenue in Albany. Opening up is going to be the Todd Nelson Band. And any specific plans you have for tomorrow's evening's performance?
Well, for one thing, it's going to be a lot louder, bigger, with a full drum kit and, real loud guitars, or not too loud.
Yeah, for all of those who've enjoyed the radio performance, you gotta come by to hear Jurgen playing on a real drum kit, because it's something to behold.
As he waves there, telling
He
everyone.
waves his hands to the invisible radio audience.
Okay, well, I'd like to thank you all for dropping by.
Thank you for having us. This
yeah,
was a lot
Great
of
hearing the
fun.
music. I just have one request, if you don't mind playing. The one I really want to hear is from the new album. Is Just Don't Tell Me What to Do.
Oh, sure. We haven't played that one in a while. Just pull up the tremolo on there. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like to know what you think deep inside, shrouded with doubt. I'd like to know you inside out, inside out, inside out, inside out. Forgive me if I push you away or if I hurt you. When I say, when I say, when I say, when I say, just don't tell me what to do. Just don't tell me what to do. Just don't tell me what to do. There's a part of me that will always be afraid to be with you, be with you, to be with you. Oh, don't get me wrong, I like you fine, but part of me most
have them playing some music, as well as interviewing them, as I mentioned earlier, tomorrow evening at QE2 with the Todd Nelson Band on a Sunday evening. And my name is Kevin Byrne, and we've just been interviewing the Cucumbers. And you're listening to 91 FM WCDB Albany, and take things over to Sal D'Amato and John Drucker here on this Saturday evening on the Capital District's Best 91 FM.